Greetings to all. In this lecture video, we will discuss typecasting in Java. So, Java typecasting is a method or process that converts a data type into another data type in both ways, manually and automatically. Manually, in the sense, the programmer perform type conversion. Okay, automatically means it is done by the compiler. So the automatic conversion is done by the compiler and the manual conversion performed by the programmer. You can see the diagram. So there are two types of typecastings basically. One is narrow typecasting and another one is widening typecasting. So what is narrowing and what is widening? We will see that typecasting in Java there are two types: widening typecasting, narrow typecasting. And what do you mean by widening typecasting? Converting a lower data type into a higher one is called widening typecasting, and it is also known as implicit conversion or implicit typecasting or casting down. It is done by automatic. It is done automatically. It is safe because there is no chance to lose data. Why there is no chance to lose data? In the sense it is converting lower size data to higher size data. So higher size data contains higher portion to store, right? So there is no chance to lose the data. So when it takes place, so when a widening typecasting takes place, there are 2 points to mention. Both data types must be compatible with each other. Compatible in the sense what? So I can convert a byte to int, okay? But uncompatible means we cannot com implicitly we cannot convert a string into integer, right? Or integer to string, right? And they are uncompatible types basically. The second point, the target type must be larger than the source type. The target type must be the larger than the source type. See that here the byte is the source type and short is the target type. And in these two situations, so char is the target type and short is the source type. Okay, see that. So byte can be converted into short, char, int, long, float, double, and short can be converted into char, int, long, float, double. And I want to mention one thing here: char is also a number family. Char is also a number family because, as I said, it is possible. Widening typecasting is possible only when data types are compatible. Okay, compatible in the sense they must be in the number family. So all these are number family, right? All these are number family. So we will see typecasting, another type of typecasting, narrowing. So converting a higher data type into a lower one is called narrowing type, and it is also known as explicit conversion or casting up. So it is done manually by the programmer. If we do not perform casting, then the compiler reports a compile time error. See that? So it is not possible automatically because here the data loss problem may occur because we are converting a higher size data into a lower size data. So we cannot place 4 bytes of data into 2 bytes of data, right? So in such cases we may face a data loss problems also. And if programmer does not perform any typecasting techniques, so the compiler will automatically report a compile time error. You can see that double is converted into float, long, int, char, short, byte. Okay, and float is converted into long, int, char, short, byte. So this is the narrowing typecasting. So we will see that in an example. First we will see implicit typecasting. Okay, so I'm taking, so implicit in the sense widening, right? So public class widening typecasting, and public static wide main string args. I'm taking an integer variable, and in that I'm storing a value 7, and see that long y is equal to x. Now the data type int has 4 bytes and long has 8 bytes. So lower data type is now converted into higher type. So it is called as, automatically it converts the integer type into long type. So what we call that? We call that as widening typecasting or implicit typecasting. So now I will print that thing. System dot out dot println, and I will print like before before typecasting. Before means before typecasting, and same after y. And if you want to see this, we can convert that into float also. Float z is equal to x. Yes, I will save this program. This is the file name that I have taken, widening. Widening typecasting dot java, and I am saving this in second-year folder itself. And I will open my command prompt, and I will compile this javac widening typecasting dot java. So now I will load this dot class file into the memory, java widening typecasting. See that before the value is as it is, and after the long is also has no fractional values, right? So that's why after conversion also it is showing 7 only, but the float value we have taken in the line number 7, see that float z is equal to x. So I didn't perform any typecasting techniques to convert the integer into long or float. So the compiler automatically converts the data type int into long and float, right? So this is called as widening typecasting or implicit typecasting. And another approach that is called narrowing typecasting, right? Narrowing typecasting. For that I'm taking narrowing wide typecasting class, and public static wide main, and in that I'm taking double D 166.66 and a long I. So so now as a programmer I am performing for typecasting. Here for the typecasting I am using typecasting operator, then system.out.println. Before conversion I will print D, and after conversion L. So I will close the main method and class. Okay, see that this is the typecasting operator. So that one is the typecasting operator, and this is the variable that I wanted to convert into long. So this variable data type is double, right? So the double now converted into long, and the result will be stored in I. So we will see that. I will save this file. So narrow, narrowing, typecasting dot Java. Then again I will compile this Java C narrowing typecasting dot Java compiled, and I will run this file Java narrow typecasting. See that? So the decimal points 166.6 is 66 is the original value. After conversion, there is no fractional values here, right? The only it was showing 166, right? I hope you guys understood very well. And if you have any doubts, and you can ask me in the comment box, so I will respond as early as possible. Thank you.